All right, so it's what, like 7:10 a.m. Been up for about an hour ish. It's supposed to rain all day, and so I'm gonna start getting my walk, start getting my steps in now. Um, let's see how far I get. Today is Sunday, July 5th. This is my 8th vlog, and yeah. By the way, this is my kitchen in my rental house. It's older, so, but it's nice, and I actually like it. Well, not the kitchen so much. The layout kind of sucks, but whatever. I like this house. Brain not working yet. Um, all the fireworks last night got me awake, and then the stress from daily life got me awake. So, yep. Earbuds are going in. Podcast is going on. I will see y'all later. Whew, all right, so did a 40-minute walk, and it's sprinkling now, so, and it's just gonna pick up, but it looks like 2 miles, so not 3, but my head's getting pretty damp. And I think late tonight I'll have another chance to do the full 3 miles, but that already got me over 4,000 steps, and I've been averaging like 20K a day. I'm waking up and my stomach is flatter. I think it's the creatine again, but my muscles really feel full, like built. And I haven't really increased my weight training. I've just been doing light kettlebell work and light dumbbell work, and I'm a nerd, so sword training. So I'm just kind of feeling a little down. Maybe it's the rain, maybe it's the weather, but it is what it is. But it's Sunday, so it's going to be cleaning day. So I'm going to head inside, make myself some coffee, and start cleaning. Yay, cleaning. Loud music, that helps. All right, thanks. So the rain's slowing down, and what's like 11 something right now, maybe 11:20 a.m. and dishes are done, kitchen's clean, floor's swept. There's a pigeon on the neighbor's roof, just chilling. Anyway, my legs are pretty sore, which you can imagine after the amount of steps I've been doing for all these days. So I put some water in the Hillbilly hot tub last night and heated it a little, and I just put the heater back in it, and it's just a plug-in electric heater. It's nothing big. Anyway, I think I'm gonna soak later once the water's up to temperature, and see how that feels on my sore muscles and legs, because I've been averaging like, well, today's day 7. Today is the vlog number 7, I mean, but it's the 5th of July, and I've been going since like June 29th, so it's 6 or 7 days of me walking a lot. So no wonder my legs are sore, my feet are sore. I do have some blisters. I'm not stopping, because if I stop, then I have to think about things, or walking actually helps me think about things. That's the better way to do it. So anyway, maybe later I'll record from the tub. In a few days, when I get the other parts, I'll have it all plumbed out, and I'll have the recirculation and all that stuff. But for right now, it's just water in a bucket. So, all right, guys, I will add more later. Was debating on going to the store. Don't know what I was going to get, but my brain just said, oh, I should go to the bookstore, and I have a lot of books that I'm already reading. I don't need more books, but I'm really fighting that shopping therapy, because I have the money. I do not need to spend all the money. And that's kind of become my mantra is, even though I have the money, I do not need to spend it. Even though I have the money, I do not need to spend it. Even though I have the money, I do not need to spend it. There we go. I said it 3 times. Spell is cast. I'm going to slow down on spending the money. All right. Yeah, I'll be back. Whew. So I did not take my phone with me. Well, I have 2 phones, but whatever. I didn't take the one that I record this on, but I just did 3 miles, and it is 1:20 p.m. and I've hit my 12K plus steps for the day, which is what my watch has set as for my target. So it's going to be another big miles day. But let me just check the water temperature. And oh, we're at 80 degrees. That's about supposedly 10 degrees warmer than air temperature, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a soak. Work these legs out. I said I was gonna do it. I'm in the tub. Yep, it's about 80 degrees, so it feels good. It's about 10 degrees warmer than the air, so just trying to relax my legs. I've brought my book out here, so I'm going to sit down and read that for a while. I don't know, I've been listening to a lot of like philosophy podcasts, and you guys are going to hate me because I'm just kind of like all in my head and everything right now, but I mean, talking to you guys helps me get it out, right? And my therapist is going to love me too, so whatever. Therapy's hard for me because honestly, I have this nasty habit of controlling the narrative and telling them the information that is going to, I don't know, get them to see because they only have the information that I give them, not the complete picture that I see. Then for me, it's like more of a sounding board, more of a validation front. That's why I'm not a big believer in therapy, and I believe a lot more in personal processing, which is why I do a lot of thinking. And this has been a hard week, so I'm in my head a lot, but I should be. But anyway, I was listening to a podcast earlier, and it was one of those, it was meant to be motivational, where you go dark and you change your identity and you rebuild yourself from zero and da 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 da. And there's a lot of like broche stuff. I almost swore. I'm trying to keep this channel clean so that people don't. Yeah, I know I can swear on YouTube, but anyway, I'm digressing. It was this bro stuff about being dark and embracing, you know, the challenges and da 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 da, and I'm doing that. Trust me, I don't disagree with all of it. I just think a lot of it just comes out very toxic and stupid. Well, not stupid, but they have their audience, and I'm not necessarily that audience all the time, but whatever. Anyway, but they brought up something about, feeling empty and having that void. And I was looking at that and I'm like going, the void, well, that's kind of cool. And so I looked up, because I took 2 years of Japanese in college, I looked up the word, and the word came out as kokoyona, or kokyona, and kokyo, which just means emptiness. And there was a longer that kind of sounded very poetic, that meant the one with the empty heart. And anyway, and then I'm like, well, I also do SCA, and I've never chosen an SCA name. For those of you who know what the SCA is, Society for Creative Anachronism. I started back in the 90s when I was in college, and I took a 20-year break during my married life, both marriages. where I didn't go to any events or anything like that. And then after my second marriage, fell apart, I started going again. And I do like 3 events a year. It's nothing huge, but it's fun. And then I do go to Penzic, and I'll be going to Penzic here in a couple weeks. I will be trying to record this vlog from Penzic, so that should be fun. At the same time, I'm going to be trying to be very mindful of other people's privacy, because a lot of people do not like to be recorded at the events. A lot of people do a separation of mundane world versus their society world, and I respect it, because I kind of do the same anyway, because it's my place to decompress. But either way, I've been using my legal name, which is technically an old name, because my parents are like that, and it would pass as being historically medieval or Middle Ages, but looking into the word void, and so I looked up the Old Scottish, which is Scotch Gaelic or Scots Gaelic, the word fosh, and it's F-A with an S, so but it's pronounced fosh, and in Old Scots it means emptiness or void, and in modern Irish it means growth. So it's kind of a really cool poetic feeling. And then the word for heart is cridja. So I'm gonna sound it off to my friends and see what they think, but think about changing my society name from my actual name to Fosh Cridja, and just call me Fosh for short. And it's cool because it's 3 letters, so I mean, it's super simple to spell. But that'd be kind of neat, and I really like that. And like I said, Penzic is in just a couple weeks, so I think this would be really cool. Yeah, so the poetic of the void is also kind of neat, and I was thinking about this because voids aren't just voids. Nature abhors a vacuum, and that's a quote, and I forget where it's from, but it's very true. And what happens is, the concept is, if my heart is a void, then osmotic pressure, or just thermodynamics, or take your pick. But if my heart is a void, that means love will rush in. Care and friendship will rush in. Voids need to be filled. And if I'm the void, then others will come to me. It sounds selfish and stupid, but it's kind of neat. And thinking of it as magnetism. So, gosh, you guys are gonna think I'm a loon. But yeah. So, I'm toying with the idea, living with the void heart, or the empty heart. Let's see how that goes. At the same time, I still have a person that I love dearly, and I really want things to figure itself out eventually. It's going to take a long time if it does, and I am totally okay with being patient, because my actual Scottish name on its, well, not name, but my actual Scottish crest has "in time" written on it. So, I mean, my family's known for being patient. For the family motto. But I just want her to reach a point where she feels like she could reach out and maybe want to begin again. And I'm not saying I'm waiting for her, but I am saying that she's got a beautiful soul, and I wouldn't mind the opportunity for us to get to know each other all over again, should it come to that. at the same time, she still wants to be my friend and doesn't want to let me go either. So stuff. Okay, that's sad sap me for a minute. We're 9 minutes. Stuff to think about. Anyway, I'm going to continue soaking. I'm going to get my book, and I'm going to start reading now. Alright, so I'm driving. So, my ex-wife is moving out of her apartment and moving like an hour and a half away to her boyfriend's house. And there's no room for our daughter's cat at the new place. So, I get a cat. I've had cats before. I love cats. I have not had a pet in a long time because I don't think it's fair to them because I'm never home. I mean, I've been home a lot lately. You guys have seen me at home all week. But I like to travel. And when life is going better, I travel a lot. But the kid is 16. They can take care of the kitty. But apparently I need to come get them. So I'm just gonna kind of conclude the vlog here, and we're gonna figure out the rest of life as it goes, I guess. And yeah, pretty much. So yeah, so tomorrow's vlog, I will have a cat in my house, and my child. My child will be home too for the next week. As well as figuring everything else out. So, alright, on that note, I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to drive safely instead of talking to my camera. So, have a good night.